So the EF hatch is in the garage. We're going to pull out this D15 B2. So first of all, before we start doing anything, big shout out to Young Static and PFI Speed, Boosted Boys. Pretty much inspired by those guys and their builds, and we just happen to have these things laying around, so why not make use out of them. We are scrapping the whole idea of going with Honda. We're going to be using the same ECU out of the MR2, which is a Speeduino ECU. Got to modify the crank and cam triggers a bit and order that thing up and just set it up the same way we did the MR2 and the Chevy Sprint. So just going to tear into this thing, get the engine out. It has been sitting outside and it's been raining, and there's a lot of condensation in there. So the engine is a K2484, and the reason they're so hated is because of the immobilizer system, which isn't going to matter because we're not using the stock ECU or a Honda. We're using the Speeduino standalone. So let's get down to it. So that literally just took me like half an hour to get that off. I had to start with a little mini disc and then get my drill in there, and all the way through. That axle nut finally came off. I broke both my 1/2-inch drivers trying to use them as breaker bars because my breaker bar is tweaked. So now I got to do the same thing to this side. Look at that. So cut through it, drilled through it, and it still was hard to get off. And it doesn't even look that rusted. That's the crazy thing. I mean, I used my breaker bar right there, the 1/2-inch plus that big heavy duty bar. And I mean, these aren't small, they're big. And it broke both of my, I mean, I know I'm not supposed to use those as breaker bars, but I mean, I've used them before to take CV axles off that are, or axle nuts that are bigger than that. But it's literally the last thing we got to do is pull those axles out and get this motor out. So let's get the other side done, hopefully. All right, so I got everything disconnected. Got the chains hooked up. Motor mounts undone. Hear a little bit of fluid splashing out of there, but that doesn't matter. It's to be expected. So let's just pump it on out of there. All right, over the first lip. So of course my phone died right when I was getting the engine out. So this is where we're at. Motor's out. Just gonna plop it on that piece of wood over there, I guess. Engine out. Got it tucked in the corner there. It's gonna stay there for a little while. I might sell it on Marketplace And Mel picked up her stuff from the machine shop last night. It was getting pretty late. They were open till 5. She got there just at 5. And let me tell you, they did such a good job on this block. They bored it out 030 over or 040. It's a millimeter over. I think she's using 75 millimeter pistons. Those are the Wiseco forged pistons that we showed you in a previous video. She's also got her cylinder head fully done, crank balanced, polished. So those things are ready to go. I think all we're gonna need now is some bearings. We got to check some clearances, and so other than that, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Like and prescribe prescriptions. Does anybody need prescriptions? Anyways, I'm off to Cantire. Like and subscribe, you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.